The chapel, Jesus Christ and the Eucharist, is the heart of Priestfield. The Eucharist does not exist without the priest, and this place was built for the upkeep of a priest. How do we have priests come? Provide them the opportunity as a place to say Mass. If you look in this chapel, some things you can't see. Underneath my feet, it was a great bowing. We had to put in piers underneath and reinforce the wood because of sagging that was going on, particularly under the altar area, but through most of it. In the ceiling, we had terrible leaks. We've had to replace all the insulation, replace the wiring, replace the substrate on top, and you'll notice these cables up here. What had happened is the beams that were in place were not properly installed, and so we had the possibility of really the building caving in by the walls, pushing out. So we were blessed. We have a structural engineer who donated all of his time to redesign it to make sure that this was the safest possible building. We had a problem. The only bathrooms were back behind the altar. So if during the Holy Sacrifice of the Mass, someone had to go to the bathroom, they had to interrupt the Mass. You'll see now we have them in the back, right when you come in the door. And what we have is some privacy panels, which are insulated to give people privacy, but also that the area is open enough to make sure that everything that we're doing conforms with Virtus, that we have a safe environment at which to learn and pray. One of the core principles that we have put in at Priestfield is that the only way that this is going to work is with prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. People have donated a tremendous amount of money to keep this project going. As a community, we've decided that we will not serve meat on Fridays, that we will abstain, as will our retreatants, in that age-old tradition of Catholics, of that little bit of penance. We have prayed so many times, and so many people are praying for this project. In addition to that, subsidiarity, that Catholic principle that which can be done at the most local level should be done. That's how we thought that we could turn Priestfield around. It's how we purchase. We purchase from family farms. We purchase as much as we can locally and from family businesses. As you look at the ceiling, this hemlock comes from Nowlin, West Virginia, a family business where these trees were grown in West Virginia, cut in West Virginia, and milled in West Virginia, this beautiful hemlock. On the flooring, we will have ash, maple, and walnut. Walnut from here in Jefferson County, as well as the ash and maple from a small sawmill, really run by one gentleman, where he cuts his own trees and then mills the wood in Pennsylvania, as an opportunity to help that family as well. The insulation that you see in the ceilings was manufactured in Inwood along I-81, and we had to actually put the joist structure in the ceiling a complete new layer so that we could actually meet code on the insulation and to really honor, in a particular way, Pope Francis' desire to use less carbon fuels by making sure that the building is as efficient as possible. All the skylights had to be replaced so that we could get rid of the leaking, as well as provide more light so that during times of daylight, that for the most part, these lights wouldn't have to be on because there would be enough natural light to light up the space. We are redoing the emergency exit in the back so that in case of emergencies, we have a much safer way to leave, as well as our confessional over here will be a true confessional with a screen built in so that there will always be the opportunity for both private and face-to-face confession. We are hoping to complete this by Easter. It is taking longer than we had thought, but we had to raise our own funds as well as provide the labor and the volunteer labor in order to complete this project. We look forward to praying here with all of you. Oh, I almost forgot. In Jefferson County, we are blessed to be part of the Jefferson County Community Ministries, they were donated an old Presbyterian church for our cold weather shelter so that our homeless would have a safe place to reside. The people of St. James are paying for all the heat and cooling in that building. And we took the pews before from what was a church, and we have volunteers from our parish who are refinishing those pews that will one day line this chapel in here and make use of a beautiful product that would have been destroyed. So we thank you for your support, and we just ask that through the intercession of the servant of God, Father Demetrius Gallitzin, that this will truly always be holy ground.